Sorry about that. The video before just cut off because I ended up getting a daggone message on my phone, because I find it easier for me to download straight from my phone from my camera, because I have to use a program and an app that I don't really know how to use just yet. So I haven't figured that out yet, but I just wanted to show you guys, her, let you see her, a little bit more, just because I wasn't done talking on her. But yeah, so she's a real good representation, man. I showed her to some top names with the really short bloods, and they were really pleased with her, because a lot of times people breed and get smaller dogs. They get more bulldog features, like a muzzle that just completely smashed, closed nose holes, a high rear, horrible feet. Like I said, look at her feet, man. That's pretty darn good. I've seen some better in pictures, not in person, not in person. Because I've seen some dogs in person as short as her, but just the feet are just, like I said, they're like that. They're splayed. They're all sticking up. When you look at them, toes, their toes usually are real tight like that. But I've seen them where their toes are just sticking up in the air like that, and it's like, what in the world? Like, that's some weird look. They look like little goblin feet. But look at that. Her top line, with her feet, incorrectly positioned, her top line is straight. It's not going up towards the rear, which is not a desired characteristic. It may look like it a little bit in certain positions, but that's because her feet are like under her belly. But if her feet are in the proper position, you can see that her top line is not ridiculous. But just look at her, man. What she is she's just a dwarf. That's exactly what's going on here. She's real short. A lot of people are like, oh, you're cruel, that's not nice, but you can have a well-proportioned short person, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for. For instance, my mother's 5. My mother's 4'10", I believe. She's real short. We always joke on her, she's a tall midget, but pretty much everybody in her side of the family is really, really, really short. But I mean, my mom, doesn't look like a midget. Midgets usually have, bigger heads in their body, or, shorter arms for their body size, so I'm shooting for, a really nice built dog, for, their size, which I believe she is pretty much what I want. I mean, I have to look to make sure that her forearms are not showing signs of dwarfism. They go by how big they are compared to the it's hard to explain. I kind of know, but I definitely need to do more research, because it's kind of like, I think from their arm to the top of their withers should be about the same as their wither to the rump. But I'm not 100% sure. I need to go ahead and look back at that. But I mean, even in American bullies, pocket size, there are dogs that show signs of dwarfism. For instance, Grand Champion Chumper, he's amazing. He has some signs, and obviously he throws dwarfs, because she is a dwarf. She possibly, but she's definitely super short. She's, like I said, about 12 inches. So I'd have to look more into her. But it's a fact. Grand Champion Chumper does throw dwarfs. He has, he carries that in his DNA. So I have to look to see if she's considered a dwarf, because I want to say, but whatever. We're getting besides the point. So because even small people, there's different types of midgets. It's not just, I don't even know what the correct term is, but there's different sizes in the dog, or in humans. So you could have a human that's really short, like my mother, who's 4'10", and then you can have you know, people who are just really short. Like I had a buddy, he was Puerto Rican, and I kid you not, he had the smallest hands I've ever seen in my life, the smallest feet, like kid size, and he was fully grown. You know, he was a grown man, and he was just, oh man, he was so tiny. He was the tiniest person, but he was well proportioned. You know, his head wasn't real big compared to, you know, his arms weren't real short. You know, his legs weren't real stubby. You know, so there's different signs and stuff like that. So you know, but that's what I'm trying to produce, and I don't see nothing wrong with producing a dwarf dog, anyways. You know, I mean, you gotta put it in its perspective and look at it for what it is. You wouldn't know dwarf dog and think, oh, I'm gonna make this a police dog, oh, I'm gonna make this a working dog, oh, I'm gonna take this dog and I'm gonna use it to hunt hogs. Come on now, you know, you're gonna use that more dog as, you know, just a dog around the house or a companion, you know, just because they're really sweet. You know, they're really small and they're easy to take care of. You know, they don't require a lot of walking and different stuff like that, so not a lot of space. You know, they don't have a lot of energy that has to be ran out every day. You know, they're easy on laid back like her. You know, she'll get out here and do a quick burst of energy, but for the most part, man, she's cool, just relaxing, chilling. You know, easy for someone in an apartment, maybe a big city, or someone that, you know, just doesn't want a big dog. You know, I think they're a perfect fit for that. You know, so you got to put them in their perspective. You know, and then, you know, they're babied. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I really like them, and that's why I'm keeping her, and I'll be breeding her, and she'll be a big part of my program here in the future. You know, and eventually she'll just get fixed, and she'll just be a couch potato. You know, so I just wanted to show her off. Savage, you know, she's amazing. You know, I definitely love what she brings to the table, and she's a sweetie pie.